The reasons why prayers remain unanswered. Prayers can remain unanswered for a variety of reasons, and it is important to remember that we may not always understand why things happen the way they do. However, here are some possible explanations for why prayers may go unanswered. Please like, subscribe, share, and ring the notification bell. Thank you. 1. Timing. Sometimes prayers may not be answered immediately because the timing is not right. God may have a different plan or a different timeline in mind. 2. Patience. God may want us to learn patience and trust in Him while we wait for His answer. 3. Free will. God has given us free will, and sometimes the choices of others may impact the outcome of our prayers. 4. Divine plan. There may be a greater purpose or plan at play that we are not aware of. 5. Testing. God may be testing our faith and perseverance through difficult times. 6. Spiritual growth. Sometimes unanswered prayers can lead to personal growth and spiritual maturity. 7. Sin. Unconfessed sin in our lives can hinder our prayers from being answered. 8. Selfishness. If our prayers are selfish or focused on our own desires rather than God's will, they may go unanswered. 9. Lack of faith. Doubt and lack of faith can prevent our prayers from being answered. 10. Unforgiveness. Holding on to resentment or unforgiveness can block our prayers from being heard. 11. Pride. Arrogance and pride can hinder our prayers from reaching God. 12. Idolatry. Putting anything or anyone above God can interfere with our prayers being answered. 13. Wrong motives. If our motives for praying are not pure or aligned with God's will, our prayers may not be answered. 14. Unbelief. Lack of belief in the power of prayer or in God's ability to answer prayers can impact the outcome. 15. Spiritual warfare. The enemy may be actively working against our prayers being answered. 16. Unconfessed sins. If we have unconfessed sins in our lives, it can create a barrier between us and God. 17. Persistence. Sometimes prayers require persistence and continued faith in order to be answered. Please like, subscribe, share, and ring the notification bell. Thank you. 18. Unresolved issues. Unresolved conflicts or issues in our lives can hinder our prayers from being answered. 19. Hidden sins. Sins that we are not aware of or are hiding from God can prevent our prayers from being answered. 20. Self-reliance. Relying too much on ourselves or our own abilities can prevent God from intervening in our lives. 21. A lack of surrender. If we are not fully surrendering our lives to God, our prayers may not align with His will. 22. Unrepentant heart. A heart that is not truly repentant or seeking forgiveness may hinder our prayers from being answered. 23. Impatience. We may become impatient and lose faith if our prayers are not answered quickly, but patience is often required. 24. Lack of gratitude. A lack of gratitude for God's blessings can hinder our prayers from being answered. 25. Disobedience. Disobeying God's commandments or leading a sinful life can impact the effectiveness of our prayers. 26. Unwillingness to listen. God may be trying to speak to us through other means, but we are not willing to listen. 27. Lack of trust. Trusting in our own abilities or resources instead of trusting in God can prevent our prayers from being answered. 28. Unforgiving spirit. Holding on to grudges or refusing to forgive others can block our prayers from being answered. 29. Lack of discernment. Sometimes we may not be able to discern God's will or recognize His answers to our prayers. 30. Out of alignment with God's will. If our prayers are not in alignment with God's will, they may not be answered. 1 Thessalonians 5 verses 16 to 18. Rejoice always, pray without ceasing, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. Thank you.